Oren went to the main hall and learned her husband was in the basement. In the middle of the chaos, John came back and threw an eel-like creature on the floor, warning them not to go downstairs. Morin put its body on the table, smelled fuel on it, and realized these creatures were eating their fuel. When they looked at the fuel tank monitor, they saw it was full of them. Luckily, their ship had a second fuel tank that was still safe. The only way to save themselves was to manually shut off the first tank before the creatures contaminated both. John tried to get a wrench from the storage room, but the alien blocking his way kept repeating that Will was in danger. With no other choice, John had Judy use the 3D printer to make a new wrench while he prepared to fight the creatures. In the storage room, June learned from Will that the alien was protecting him because he had saved it before, suggesting they might have a mental connection. June became lost in thought. As John fought the alien eels, the ice above the ship cracked again, causing the ship to tilt. Judy was trapped under a box, and Penny fell into a pool of sewage filled with the creatures. At the same time, the backup fuel tank turned on. John managed to pin one of the eels down, grab a knife, and kill it. Meanwhile, Penny was throwing salt in the hallways to scare the creatures away. John ran to the basement to save Penny as she screamed. He cut the fuel line, which made all the eels go toward the leak. Judy managed to get a wrench and free herself from the box. In the storage room, June tricked Will into making the alien let her out. But as soon as she was free, she ran straight for the ship's cockpit. To understand June, we have to look at her past. Just 2 days earlier, she had drugged her twin sister, taken an identity chip from her arm, and pretended to be her sister to get on the main ship, the Resolute, which was supposed to take people to a new home. But her sister's boyfriend saw her and followed her. He soon figured out she was an imposter. During their argument, the cabin door was accidentally opened, and he was pushed into space. As the ship prepared to leave, June watched him disappear into space through the open door, but did nothing to stop it. Now, once again ready to leave others behind to save herself, she sat in the cockpit, about to eject and escape. She started a countdown that could cause the ship to break apart and lose its navigation. Once again, June was torn about whether to stop it. At that same time, Morin was trying to install a final part to fix the ship, but was having trouble. Surprisingly, June came and helped her install it at the last second. They finally fixed the engine and got everything ready. They all gathered in the cockpit. John pushed the lever to take off, but the ship didn't move. An alarm showed they only had 10% of their fuel left. Judy suggested getting rid of all the fuel because the eels in the tank could block the engine. Morin agreed it was a risk, but said the system showed no backup fuel. Judy told her that the fuel left in the pipes would be enough to get them out. John agreed, and Judy opened the valve, releasing all the eels and the rest of the fuel. At that moment, their spaceship started. The ice above them was still falling as John carefully steered the ship safely out of the collapsing glacier. Luckily, John was a great pilot, and he got them out just in time. They saw a clean, untouched forest in front of them, but their relief didn't last long because they were almost out of fuel. Still, a good pilot is always ready. The landing wasn't smooth, but he landed the ship safely. Then, they got some more great news. Other survivors had set up a camp on the planet. The parents rushed to the storage room to find Will. They saw the alien holding on to him to protect him, and John was clearly impressed. Meanwhile, the main ship, the mothership, was damaged but still working, and people were fixing it quickly. But June wasn't happy about this at all. We learned that she had been caught and questioned on the mothership before. The person questioning her said that cameras had recorded her killing someone. Just then, an alarm went off all over the ship, which stopped the questions and gave her a chance to escape. It was clear that she was the only one who didn't want to go back to the mothership. Morin discovered that the records for the 3D printer had been altered. Someone had broken the rules and run a program to make a weapon, but no one knew who. At the same time, the alien entered Will's bedroom and gave him a gun for protection. It was clear the alien had secretly used the printer. When June noticed how close Will and the alien were, she grew jealous and quickly tried to get on the boy's good side. It was obvious she was already planning to use the alien. Controlling a powerful robot like that could put her in charge of the planet.